well, it's a Saturday again. Another weekend is upon me, which means I have an opportunity to get out and do some digging. Today I'm going back to the depot. You may have seen on one of my previous videos, I went to an oil depot and I found an old coin that it was a commemorative coin for Rutherford B. Hayes. I didn't get to stay very long, so today's the day I get to go back. It is a horrible rainy day. It's very foggy and misty and muddy, but you know, this is the time I have to do it, so I'm going to go out and do it. I'm going to spend my day digging around that depot and I'm going to see what I find. So we got about another 20-minute drive to get there. Once we get there, we'll get to it and see what we find. So this is not an easy dig because of the weather. It's just pretty muddy, so it's making it a little difficult to dig. What else is making it difficult is that there's a ton of garbage out here in the ground. And I'm in all metals mode. I guess I can notch out some things and see how that goes. Which is probably a better strategy than what I'm using right now. Okay, I'm getting a 91 hit right here where I'm standing. Let's see if you can see this. Right about there is where I'm getting this. So yeah. And typically that's where I hit quarters, is at 91. So right here at the end of this little stick, I'm going to dig around. And it'll be a little difficult because this is a gravel driveway right underneath it. So let me see if my pin pointer picks it up first before I start digging. Yep, right there. I didn't even have to dig. There it is. It's a quarter. Found it right here on top. I just gotta say, I'm having a hankering, or you know, something's telling me maybe I should climb up under that porch of that depot and sift around with my pin pointer and see if I get anything. Because that porch doesn't look new or young by any means. So I'm up here at the porch of the depot. You can see it's pretty old. It's on just a concrete pier of some sort. Got some more old wood here that stabilizes it. So far, just a lot of iron signals under there. I'm wondering if it'd be worth it to get under there, because there's a lot of gaps in these floorboards. You see that? So anyone walking out of here at some point, out of that door, could have dropped coins. They could have easily fallen down between these big cracks and ended up down here. I don't know how this, you know, this porch looks like it's been rebuilt. It's got screws holding all the boards down, but there was an older porch here at a point, right? So down back here somewhere between this foundation and the steps right here, there could be coins that have just been there forever, because the steps themselves appear to be old. They don't look like they're new by any means. So you may find me crawling down here in a minute Look at this. Here's an interesting find here. Here's a stack of bricks. You see this? Right there, this brick says father. This brick says mother. So these must have come from a graveside at some point. Yeah. Now, I know the person who owns this. And I know his father recently passed. So I'm not positive that that would be associated with his father. So I don't really know who these little stones represented, but yeah, either way, there they are. I would hang on to those too if they were mine. But I'm seeing a lot of nice gravel down in there under the steps under that porch. And if we walk around here, honestly don't know how old this building is. It's got a cinder block foundation, so it could be just as old as the depot itself. Yep, cinder block foundation. They've got this all blocked off with like a little wood fencing. I've scanned here already with my detector, but I did it in haste. So, and then right under here is basically the underside of this thing, and they got a lot of plastic sheeting, so technically I could climb under there. I could climb under there and lay on that plastic and check around. Now this wood appears to be older. A lot of old nails. I won't say they're too old, but fairly old. They're not square nails. I don't see any square nails. Really, that's the only exposed ones that I can see. So, you know, there's certain things that let you know things are old, and square nails is one of them. Here's the old door. Likely may have been rebuilt at one point or another. But I'm wondering if I could climb up under that patio. I'm starting to get that, getting that vibe that maybe I should. I wonder how it'd look to people driving by if my feet were sticking out from under this thing. If I had something to lay on, which I do. And what do I have to lay on? Is that mat right there. So technically I could just borrow their mat. I could borrow their mat and slide that under there, crawl up under it and see what I find. I just might do that. I'm thinking I can almost get this camera to stand up under there. Let's see. Sure can. I could get this camera under there too, which means I could probably get my big detector under there. What do you think? I think I'm going to try it. Okay, so I am under the porch here. Under the porch. And I just took my pinpointer and just scanned the ground. I want you to hear this. There's just stuff everywhere. So I'm very curious to see what's down here. So I don't have to dig deep, obviously. I'm going to take my detector here. So I've got the Nokta, right? The Nokta collapses down to a pretty easily usable size for tight spaces like this. I'm just going to look for any 80s, 90s hits. I'm not immediately seeing any. So not seeing any over here. But I'm going to dig around for a minute and see what I find. So I'm turning that off. You may notice I've changed hats. Okay? You may notice that I've changed hats. This depot used to be owned by a man named Mr. Kane. I've never met Mr. Kane. Never had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Kane. He passed away a couple of years ago. However, on top of my head, this hat that I'm wearing, this hat belonged to Mr. Kane. This was the hat that was sort of his, and to my understanding, it was just part of his identity, was this hat. We've never met, but our paths are sort of crossing right here, just by fate, I guess. And so here I am under Mr. Kane's depot, wearing Mr. Kane's hat. So I'm hoping this will bring me some luck. Maybe I can find an old coin here. Maybe Mr. Kane will help me find an old coin. So I'm just going to dig around and see if anything pops up. So far I'm just getting iron hits with my detector. But there's no telling what could be up under here. I mean, this is an old... Matter of fact, underneath this I see the old brick foundation that actually used to hold this up, or was used to help support it. I wish I had a sifter of some sort. It's an old beer cap right here. There's just a ton of nails under here. I could get tetanus in a second. It's an old odd looking nail. Just old rusty nails. I don't see any square nails. Don't see any coins. It's an old washer. Rusty old thing. I can't set this pinpointer down without it going off. I would think there's an old coin under here somewhere. Whether I'll find it or not, that's another question. It's easy to dig, nice and muddy. I really don't think I'm going to be successful without using my Nokta though. So let me turn this on. I'm going to swing it around. Get this turned off. I'm going to swing this around and see if I get any 80s, 90s. So I'm hearing some sirens and I'm wondering if that's for me. Because people have been driving around here, seeing my little body laying here under this porch. And I wonder if someone calls an ambulance or something. Alright, so I'm getting a 93 over here. I don't know if you can see this area. Somewhere right in here I got a 93. Now there's some debris and things here. Could have been this old cable, this old wire. That is not it. I'm going to clear some of this out. Let's see. Whatever it is right here. So I'm going to sift through that. Let me get my pinpointer. I thought someone was here because I was hearing a car door unlock and then lock again. It's because I'm sitting on my keys in my back pocket. Man, this is going to be difficult to find. Oh, I see it. I see a coin sitting in front of me. See if I can grab the camera and show you. This is a tight fit. Get my screen turned around here. I don't know if you can see this, but right here, where is it? Should be pointing right at it. Can you see this? Right here is a coin. It appears to be a quarter. Right here, see that? Likely not old, but it's a quarter, you know. Oh, would be nice if it's old. Doesn't appear to be, just from early indications. I'm gonna sit out here, see if I see a date. How old do you think it is? Huh. So in my ever-present quest for quarters, silver quarters or silver coins, to my understanding, silver, dimes, and quarters need to be at least as far back as 1964. I always seem to miss it by 1 year. And sure enough, I think that's a 1965 quarter right there. What do you think? I don't know if you can see that. But hey, it's a quarter that fell through this crack, obviously, right? So, there may be more down here. I just got to swing this detector around until I find some more. Hopefully I can find some more. What do you think? Pretty sure that's a 65. And it doesn't look silver, so that makes sense. Alright, I'm just going to set that right here on that ledge. And I'm going to keep looking. It's a little tight fit for a little hefty guy like me. Let me swing this around. I think I'm mooning the neighbors. Okay, well, you see I have Mr. Kane's hat off now, and I've got mine back on. My trusty duck hat. I like wearing this hat when I go digging for some reason. I don't know why, but I like it. Either way, I was at the depot. I stuck around for a little while. But then there was a police officer who pulled up, and he parked outside the property, on the back side of the property, and just sat there and watched me for a while. You know, I just kept doing what I was doing and didn't act suspicious or anything. Kind of washed off my detector and shovel and all that with water hose. He still sat there and watched me, so I just did what I was supposed to do and then got out of there. Finished up what I was doing and then I got out of there. What I'm doing now is I'm heading back to my town where I live, and I'm just not ready to quit yet, so I've decided I'm just going to stop by this park that's not too far from my home. This park has a lot of kids and a lot of parents in it at all times. As long as the weather's cooperating, it's full of people, you know, maybe 1,000 a day. And I've found several rings there before, so I think I'm going to stop by there and I'm going to see if there's any rings in the ground. Maybe I can get lucky. If not, I'm sure I can find, a few more coins and quarters and things just to add to my collection of coins that I'm accumulating so far this year. My goal is, being that I don't find silver coins very often or anything like that, I'm not like these guys you see on some of these other channels who can go out on any given day of the week and dig up a ton of silver. The money that I do find, it goes into a box, and at the end of the year I'm going to buy silver with it. I'll buy silver bars or some coins or something like that. So that's where I'm heading now. So it's going to take me about another 20 minutes to get there. Once I get there, I'll show you what I find. See you then. Alright, so I'm here at the park. As you see, it's an enclosed area with some pretty cool playground stuff, so there's a lot of people here all the time, but today there's not. So I came out here and started scanning the ground with my detector, and I just came across this. I don't know if you can see it. Where'd it go? There it is. It's an earring. Appears to be silver. Very nice. It's got a little hallmark on it there. I'll have to check it out when I get home because I'm blind as a bat. So when it comes to little things, I can't see them. So I'll check that out when I get home. But that looks like a silver earring. It's a sizable chunk of silver right there too. So it was worth the trip. This is the third jewelry item I found at this park. I found a couple of rings a while back. I just eyeballed those. So yeah, what I'm gonna do now is there's a zip line right here. So I'm gonna check under the zip line, check around more about, more around the play area itself, and I'm just gonna see if I find any more jewelry. So that was a good find, huh? Well, let's keep looking. So I'm not the only one here. There's a bunch of young college guys here just kind of being obnoxious and stuff. That's what they do. But they're keeping to themselves. I'm keeping to myself. I just found the earring and coming along here, and I got a 66 hit, which should be a penny. I'm learning this detector pretty well now. So quarters tend to be, they tend to hit it like 91 every time. They ring out as 91. Hardly 90, hardly 92, but 91. So pennies have been ringing out at like 66. Sure enough, there we go, little penny. So I'm gonna trust that number. When I see a 66, I'm gonna know it's a penny, and when I see a 91, I know it's gonna be a quarter, for the most part. Depending on where I'm at. When I'm at a park, those numbers will be good. I'll know what they are. I'm gonna keep looking. I'm heading over towards the play area now, so hopefully I can find some more jewelry or some more money. That'd be great. Just gonna keep looking. Okay, I just moved over a few feet. I'm maybe 15-20 feet from where I was. Now I'm getting a hit in the 80s. It's right here somewhere. I don't think it's very deep. Thinking it's somewhere right here. I'm gonna use my pinpointer first, just to see if it hits on it, so I can know how shallow it is or deep it is. Usually if you can put your pinpointer on the ground and it starts going off, the thing is just right under the surface. So it's a little deeper than that, so. Yeah, so it's gonna be right here. We'll pop it up and see what it is. There it is. Alright, so that was a little higher number than my typical pennies. So usually if it's higher, this is more of the dime range. And so when it's in the dime range, that means it's going to be copper penny. So they stopped making copper pennies in the 80s, and this is looks like a 1970s penny. I find a lot of those around here. Anyways, I'm just going to keep looking. I'd like to find some more quarters. Maybe a ring or two would be nice. We'll see. Okay, so I've been metal detecting in that park. I'm a little frustrated because after I left the actual playground area, I started walking around this little sandy area, washed out sandy area. It's all muddy and everything. But the visibility was good on it, and I ended up finding a couple of interesting things, and I'll show you those at the end of the video. But I'm about to go check out a volleyball pit. The reason I'm frustrated is because my camera messed up on me. It's been doing that lately. Starts acting up and then cuts out on me, so there's no image. You can hear sound, but there's no image. So I wasn't able to record these couple of interesting finds that I had. I walked back to the car to get my other camera, and all of a sudden this one starts working. So I'm just going to stick with this one, and I'm going to go over and check out that volleyball pit and see if I find anything. So I'll see you over there. Well, I was on my way to the volleyball pit. I was swinging around, and I got like a couple of 20s hits over here, but I saw a quick flash of a 91. And so right here, I think I may have a quarter. So I'm going to go ahead and dig that up and see if it's a quarter. I may have gotten it right there. Let's see. Not getting anything. Wait. Yeah, I'm not getting anything out of this plug or in the hole. Let me see real quick. Go back over it. Yeah, maybe I'm off to the side. Let me dig a little bit wider hole and see if there's a quarter in there. That ought to get it right there. So let me stick my pin pointer in there. Yep, there it is. I see it. There's a quarter. I think it says 1990. Yeah, good find. Another quarter. All right. I wasn't expecting to find anything here for some reason. I was just kind of swinging as I walked, and sure enough, there was a quarter. All right. I'm gonna keep working my way over there, see if I find anything in that sand. Okay, I've been swinging along here in the sand of this volleyball pit. I haven't had a single hit. I did that complete side over there. I did hit a can, but other than that, I've found nothing. But right now, I'm down here. I've got like a, let's see, I'm getting a hit in the 70s. Let me reposition here so you can see. Yeah, somewhere right here. There we go. We're in the 86, 87, 90 range. There we go. So I'm going to dig that. That may be a quarter. So let's see what we got. I don't think that's a quarter. I think that is some kind of... I thought it was a bottle cap for a second, but it's actually a pin. And it says ginger raspberry tea Sweetwaters. Well, that's interesting. I've never found one of those before. That's what I got. Well, hey, I'm back home now. Searched around the volleyball pit a little more, didn't find much. Made my way back to the car and came home. It was getting pretty late. So basically, here's my finds for today. I'm going to start with the coins. It's just nothing special, you know, but I did find that 65 quarter under the depot. You saw that I found an earring, right? That is silver. I zoomed in on the hallmark, and there's a 0.925 mark on it, so that's a pretty good sized piece of silver. The two items I did find that while my camera was malfunctioning were this Virgin Mary chain or medallion. It looks like it goes on a purse or something, but the Virgin Mary here, and she's on both sides. And I found this little heart. So nothing special. The heart's not silver, it's plated, whatever it is. But had a good day. I got to get out and got to go back to the depot like I wanted to do, and had a few good finds. You know, I think that's pretty interesting, and got a little bit of silver, so I can't complain. I got about $1.50, $1.75 and change, so it was a good day for a rainy Saturday. Alright, well that's it. Well, thanks for watching, and if you wouldn't mind, please like and subscribe, and I'll give you some more content hopefully within the next few days. Alright, take it easy.